We are becoming more and more dependent on always having access to information. Without an online connection or access to various servers, we would not be able to use much of our mobile phones. Banks would not be able to transfer money, TV and radio would not be able to air, trains would not run. We spend so much time online today that a device, for example your mobile phone, uses more energy per year than a fridge. Not in terms of charging, but in terms of data traffic and the server action it creates. All cloud services, music, movies, emails, and surfing come from some kind of server located in a data center. The telecom and IT industry is a large global energy consumer and accounts for 10% of the global electricity consumption, with greenhouse gas emissions exceeding emissions from all global air traffic. Data centers can have an electricity consumption equal to that of a medium-sized city. This electricity is in most countries produced with fossil fuels. All electricity used in servers is converted into heat. In most cases, the heat from a data center is evaporated straight into the atmosphere. Not only is the energy loss bad for the environment, it is also a waste of money. In order to meet the growing needs for telecom and IT services, we are building a new data center in Falun that represents a significant paradigm shift in data center energy efficiency. We are taking it one step further and building the first climate-positive data center in the world. By integrating the data center with the energy system of Falun, we will reduce greenhouse gas emissions. We call it the Eco Data Center, and it is the first data center in the world with negative CO2 emissions. But let's start at the beginning. In Falun, we have found a smart way to make use of the forestry industry in our energy system. Instead of producing heat by burning oil or using coal and nuclear power stations, we recycle forestry waste. Branches and treetops from logging, sawdust from local sawmills, or perhaps your old wooden table. The cogeneration plant in Falun is at the heart of our energy system. Here we burn chips, bark and sawdust in two large steam boilers. The generated heat boils water that turns into steam, which runs a steam turbine. The turbine runs a generator which produces electricity, just like an old-school bike light. Leftover heat from the electricity production then turns into warm water, which is transported into the district heating network. The warm water then ends up in your home. It heats up the tap water and the warm water for your radiators. When it has cooled down, it returns to the cogeneration plant to be reheated again. 95% of all the houses with district heating in central Falun are provided with heat generated by the cogeneration plant. In the municipality as a whole, that accounts for more than half of all the households. And this is where Eco Data Center comes in. Unlike other data centers, we make use of the heat generated by the servers and reuse it in the district heating network during the winter. In the summer, when you don't need to have the radiators on, we use heat to create cool. With our cooling machine, we provide cooling to places like the shops in the city center. In this way, we produce more electricity while reducing electricity consumption in the local cooling machines. But it also cools the servers at Eco Data Center. Our energy system also has one of Sweden's largest solar panels, with local hydropower stations in Sundborn, Korsnäs and the Falu River. Local wind farms on Torvberget and Högberget produce wind energy. Together, our hydro, wind and cogeneration plants meet about more than half of the total energy need of Falun municipality. The rest of the electricity supply comes from other renewable energy sources. So 100% of all the electricity in the data center is renewable. Eco Data Center is not just the greenest data center in the world. It is also providing state-of-the-art performance in terms of uptime, security, and rack density. Through its energy system, Fallen has found an efficient way to cut carbon emissions and stop global warming. Now we are taking the next step. Eco Data Center is a paradigm shift, a smarter choice. Together, we are taking real action for a sustainable future.